Nels Morning News. You talked before just about the importance of big plays, even more of a premium this time of year as far as the separation on teams that win and lose with so much at stake.
Yeah, I think anytime the arena is super competitive, the big plays are usually factored. And I think when two teams match up this time of year too, there's a pretty good understanding of what each team does and what they're known for, and how you want to attack each other. That's why I think the self-scout part of it is always important, but even more so this time of year. But yes, I think definitely big plays. You got to have big plays to win in the NFL.
And the other part of that is, and you always talk about also the turnover ratio, and these 4 losses to good teams on the road. I think it's 7-1. Is that something you discuss with your team? Are they fully aware of it, or how do you approach that when this has been a recurring theme?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk about the ball security is a daily focus for us, and I think on the year, we're taking care of it better, year stats. So, but yeah, I think you clearly got to win that battle. That's a big part, and frankly, I mean that's they also fall in big plays. You look at the big play in Miami. That was a huge play for them, and obviously it was a missed big play opportunity because we felt we should have had 7 points there.
Mike, Todd Archer with ESPN. Mike has been looking for some holding calls or asking for some holding calls pretty publicly.
Trying to help you out.
This is hilarious, isn't it? Thank you.
Trying to help you out.
You're right on John's head. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
John's going to be behind it.
Yeah.
Look that way.
I don't think anything's going to help us, so just let it go. So.
Mike has been looking for holding calls, and he's been pretty public about being upset about not getting him. Do you think he worries too much about that stuff, and that's affecting him at all?
I don't see a young man worried about it, in his preparation or, in the game. He's competing during the game. I think these conversations that happen after the fact, I think it's more of a product of today's industry. Yeah, I don't see it as an issue. I mean, everybody wants an honest answer, and I think the fact that our players and coaches, I think they do a very good job of engaging and, doing the best they can with their responses.
John?
John Machado with The Athletic. What's the latest with Tyron Smith and Jonathan Hankins?
They're both getting better. We have a light practice today. Obviously, it's Tuesday, so they won't participate in the team part of it. But they're getting better. I mean, to walk through, they're involved, so they have a chance.
And then what kind of challenge is this Lions rush attack against your guys' run defense?
Good football team. I think really running the football and stopping the run. I think those are 2 strengths of their team. Playing very well. Actually, I was very impressed with them last year, playing here, at AT&T. So this is going to be, we feel like it's Saturday night, and a lot on the line, as far as playoffs, opportunity as far as the seeds. We look at it as 2 teams that have the potentially fighting for the number 2 seed. So it's going to be a great game.
Calvin
Watkins, Dallas Morning News. When you look back on that game, like CD had a really good start, then he disappeared, and he came back in that 4th quarter. What happened in between those first?
Well, I think statistically that reflects your question. But I mean, I think if you watch the game, ebb and flow of the game. I can't remember who asked the question. I mean, after the game, I thought the 2 backed up series were not very good for us. We didn't generate a first down on either one of those, and then we had another series there where I thought Brian did a great job getting us out of there with the field position. But yes, we actually took 30 minutes of the meetings today to go back and review Miami, and I just felt as a team there was some details. We had some young guys that had some opportunities, and some guys with new opportunities that we just felt like we needed to go back and hit the details, because we felt like we we left an opportunity to get away, and it's just like anything. It'll always be the details, playing to your standards, but CeeDee Lamb's the feature component of our pass game, and anything other than that is, I mean, those are the facts.
You got a young fullback in Hunter. What happened in that fumble there with him and Dan?
Yeah, it just looked like the exchange was clean. Just lost the ball. I mean, he obviously finished a good 2 yards in the end zone. So I think clearly with Hunter, I've been impressed with his as the year's gone on. I mean, obviously in the same drive, I think he generated 2 first downs and another short yardage conversion too. So he's done a nice job in that situation for us.
Scott.
Skyler Dixon with the AP. You just mentioned the seeding part of it. How much is this week and maybe even next week to a degree just kind of a matter of forget about all the what ifs and kind of get your team where you want it to be going into the postseason?
I mean, I like to think that we've been focused that way all year. I mean, we've been talking about getting to 11 wins. We're still not there, and that's why I think just the 11th win, and obviously we understand what our opponent's fighting for this week. And I think it creates a lot of juice for this game. Coach Jimmy Johnson's going into the Ring of Honor, so I mean this is going to be a great contest that we look forward to, and it's just like anything, you got to take care of what's in front of you. We can't control what goes on in Philadelphia or these other places, as we know. So we just want to be better than we want to be much better than we were last week. That's the reality of this. But there's a lot of good things that occurred in Miami. I thought the way we flew around and improved on some of the things from the prior week. So still an opportunity to grow, get better. We're complementary football pieces are intact, and and I think we're heading in the right direction, big picture wise. But this is a great challenge that we have in front of us.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Mike, you've scored 30 points in all 7 home games. You're the first team since this 1970 merger to do that. What's been the key to the home offensive success, and how do you harness that through the rest of the season?
I think like anything, we've been able to get into a rhythm early and be able to, just keep your foot on the gas, and I think the crowds have been great. Defensively, we played well. I think this will be our biggest challenge of the year. It's my personal opinion. Some people may differ, as far as Philadelphia or the past games, but just based off what we've seen on video, at the end of last week and yesterday, I think this is going to be a heck of a game.
David.
Like I know as coach of the Cowboys, you don't have to deal with many distractions away from the game. But this week, when you have
David, did you attempt to make a joke there? I couldn't tell. Yeah.
little holiday cheer. In a game like this, where an important part of the team's history is taking place at halftime, and that's not the team's focus, but do you ever try to incorporate anything like that about the team's history and what this franchise has done into the preparation, or is that completely separate? I
mean, I think those are big picture moments. I think there's definitely an opportunity when you play rival games. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, the history and the tradition of the Dallas Cowboys is impeccable. So, yeah, definitely. We're always, we have a tremendous video department. Roxanne does an incredible job with our, with our messaging and videos there. So yeah, there's always a tribute to the past. I think it's important. I think those are the guys that laid the foundation for the success of the Cowboys, and I think it's great when Jerry acknowledges those guys and when you see them around here. So yeah, I think it's part of the spirit in the blessing of being a Dallas Cowboy.
Todd. Gilmore left the game briefly and went back in. How's he doing today?
Doing better. I mean, we're going to be smart with him. He's part of the what we call the normal Wednesday group. So he'll be limited today.
Nick.
Nicky MendelsCowboys.com. You mentioned Jimmy and the halftime stuff. I know you're a young coach when he was here. Do you have any memories or connection with him, or just kind of something from afar that you?
Yes, I've had the unique opportunity to spend some time with Jimmy, just in the last year. So, I was in Florida, last year in spring break, and so spent some time with him on his boat. So I have great appreciation for him, and you know, all that he's done. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
Did he give you any advice or anything you could share?
Sure did. Sure did. All good. It's all good. Yeah, absolutely.
He give you a Heineken?
We were drinking Troy's beer that day, so yeah, he was promoting Troy's beer. So
Scott?
From afar, from the outside, what's your view of what Dan Campbell's been able to do with the Lions?
I mean, spending time in that division, you know, I think you have to recognize what a great job he's done, and you know, just the type of team that they built up there. I've always felt that was a gold mine of a place. I've always felt it was a challenge to go in there and play in their stadium. You know, it's unique, it's loud, it's down in the underground and so forth. So you know, they got, you know, Detroit's got great fans. You know, it's really cool to see that organization have some success. But I think those guys have done an incredible job.
All right, thank you, Mike.
All right, thank you.